Now we will add an induction motor to our model, and then initialize it, or we will load flow on it. Okay. Now we will add an induction motor here, and we'll perform load flow here. Okay. For that, I am deleting this branch because I want this load to connect after step down voltage. Okay. For that, we need a transformer, 2-winding transformer here. Okay. And we need a synchronous machine. This is basically an induction machine. Okay, I'm connecting this here. Now close it. Okay, and I'm connecting the transformer here, A, B and C. Okay, and we have to change our transformer parameter. I want it to step down. Okay, and I'm setting nominal power and frequency like 100E6 and 60 Hz, and winding 1 parameter it will be 13.883. okay, this is the left hand side voltage, and winding 2 parameter I want it at 2400 voltage. Okay, now click this. Now we have to add the induction machine here. Okay, and this load. Okay, okay, now we have to change the voltage here, voltage level, because this is in this side we have step down voltage to 2400 voltage. Okay, so we have to set it here 2400, and power it's okay. Now click OK. Now we will need a constant block here for torque of the induction machine, and I'm setting initially as 1. Will perform load flow, then this value will be changed. Okay, now this is bus selector block, and here you have to delete all this, and in mechanical I want rotor speed. Okay, click OK, and scope. Okay, now we have to set our induction machine here. Nominal power VA like 25E6, and line to line voltage it should be 2400 voltage, and frequency 60 Hz. Okay, now click OK. Okay, now we have added our induction machine. Now we have to perform load. Before load flow, we have to set our synchronous machine like PQ. Okay, and I want it as active power generation, like our total active power generation is 65 watt. Okay, and now I'm setting it at 50 E6, and reactive power like 10 E6. Okay, and the other power should contribute the 3-phase source. Okay, or swings, and click OK. And I'm going to power GUI block, and under apps or tool load flow another. Okay, click OK. This is our load flow analyzer. Now you can see the after load flow the value has not updated. We have to compute it. Okay, now I'm compute it. Click on compute. Now you can see here all the parameter has updated here, and our synchronous machine is giving about 50 megawatt, as I have already set it here, and our 3-phase source is supplying 14. Okay, and reactive power is supplying 23, and the synchronous machine is supplying as 10. I have already said. Now we have to click on apply to apply our model. It's applied to our model. Now I think our load flow is applied. Okay, now click on run this model. Now we can see the induction machine behavior. Okay, now you can see here the rotor is rotating about this is the value of the in pu form. Okay, so our model is running quite well. So we have successfully performed load flow analysis on Simulink, and we have already added synchronous machine to grid, and finally an induction machine. Okay, now we will convert DC voltage source to AC. Okay, which is three-phase inverter. For that I am taking new model, and we want to convert DC to AC. Okay, for that I'm taking, okay, and sources, we will need a DC voltage source. Okay, and then we will need a block which is universal bridge. Okay, universal bridge by which we want to convert DC to AC, and we have to flip this block and format flip block on left and right. Okay, and under power electronics and control, we will need PWM generator 2 level. Okay, and then under passive, we need series RLC branch, basically which will be used as a filter, and I'm taking FL and its value like 1e minus 4. And then we need capacitive branch. This is basically NC filter. Okay, this is also 1e minus 4, and I'm rotating this using control R, and I'm connecting this here. Okay, and we need a VI measurement block here to measure the voltages, and then finally we will add a load. Okay, we need a series RLC load. Okay, three-phase series RLC load here. Okay, and I'm connecting this to universal bridge, and voltage like amplitude 900. Okay, and under a number of bridge arms it will be 3, and for electronics device I'm choosing IGBT diodes. Okay, now click on this, and under PWM generator I'm selecting internal generation of the reference signal. Okay, and frequency like 3000, and modulation index 0.75. Okay, frequency 60 Hz. Okay, now click OK. It will generate internal signal. Okay, for gate pulses, and now I'm connecting this to VI measurement block here. Okay, and capacitor will be connected parallelly, and we need a ground. Okay, ground is under utilities. Okay, and finally we have to add a load here, and I'm setting is nominal face-to-face voltage like it will be 239, and frequency 60 Hz is okay, and active power I'm taking as 1A6. Okay, and reactive power I'm setting as 0. Now click OK, and we need a scope. Okay, to observe the voltage, and I'm setting as face-to-face voltage, current measurement no. Click OK. Now our circuit is okay. Now run this model, like stop time 2 seconds. Okay, that properly to get the smooth waves. Okay, here basically we have to tune our LC filter, okay, to get the desired smooth output, and we have uh, converted the DC to AC signal using universal bridge. Okay, this is the way we can convert our DC to AC inverter. Okay. Okay, now we will convert the AC to DC again, okay, which is rectification. For that we have to take the universal bridge here again, and we have to flip this block and format flip block and left and right. Okay, now we have to connect the three phase here, A, B and C, and we have to convert it as power electronic device to diode as we are rectifying this. Okay, and this here and again we need LC filter. Okay, for that we have to go passive and series RLC branch. Okay, and I'm setting it as L, and its value like 1E, sorry, 1E minus 1. Click OK, and we need a parallel load. Okay, parallel RLC load here, and nominal voltage like 350 it will be, and active part, okay, 1E3 I'm setting it here, and inductive active part 0, and capacitive I'm setting as 500. Okay, now click OK. We have to rotate this block. Okay, then we need to measure voltages. For that we have to go voltage measurement block here. Okay, and closing this and connect this here and here across a load, and this is our scope. Okay. Okay, now here from DC we have converted to AC using inverter bridge, and again we are converting AC to DC. Okay, now run this model. Now you can see as almost a smooth DC voltage is obtaining here. Okay, so this is the way we can convert our DC to AC and again AC. Okay, and so on. So okay, in this stage we are finally conclude our lecture by simulating a transmission line. Okay, and now here can introduce a transmission line before the rectification or anywhere you want. Okay, for that you have to go under a power grid element. Here you will find pi section. Okay, here I am taking pi section here. Now you can assign your resistance per unit length. Okay, and inductance and capacitance and so on, and you can also assign line length here. Okay, and I'm taking as 10 kilometer, and I'm taking as 3 pi section. Okay, now you have to connect to your line. This is basically we have like we are actually simulating practical lines. Okay, we have introduced our transmission line here. Okay, now you can also add transmission line in your model anywhere you want. Okay, anywhere your model required. Now I'm running this model. Here output voltage should decrease. Okay, here it is decreasing here. Okay, and so this is the way you can model your transmission line using pi section. Okay, by assigning the resistance, inductance and capacitance value, and also the line length. Okay, this conclude this session of power system simulation using MATLAB Simulink. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.